Hey, Mel here, showing you around a committed course. This will be this video here, as you will see. But let me show you around the 4 sections: relate, learn, grow, and adapt. We found this structure helps the players buy in, learn from, and actually benefit from all this stuff that we're teaching them. So let's jump right into relate. So you come into the first lesson, there's a video on each one. Play this, watch it yourself, and then you can play it for your players. Put it up on a projector and let them watch through. And under each section, there will be a player to-do list. So there's usually a printable here. You just come here, print them yourself, or you can have the girls just write down their answers to it in a notebook. And then there are also coaching tips for how to implement these things. This is a quick section because we want to just tell some stories and get them to relate to it. It's best done as a group so they can hear that everybody else is going through similar things too. And then we get to the learn piece where we're talking about the mental strength and how, based on research, you can work on it. So we're learning the research side of it. Play the video here. And then take a look at each of the worksheets. So there will be pauses in the video that'll tell you to go down and do the worksheet. This one is a mastery versus ego one. They're all one-pagers, but the most important part is to do them as a team and then discuss the answers and share everyone's experiences. There are 3 separate worksheets for this one. A lot of them have multiple like this. And again, coaching tips for each section and how to go through it. So read the coaching tips before you run it with your girls and you'll be good to go. In the grow section, this is about the mental skills. So we're going to teach them a skill that will help work on that strength, but let them know that these skills help with everything. The skills here are how to find your why and set goals. This works for all of the mental strengths. It can help you focus. It can help you stay composed. But we paired them with the C's just to make it a little bit easier. So first, connect to their why, mapping out their goals. And then we get to a challenge. In each of the growth sections, there's a challenge. It's minute to win it style, just a fun game to get competitive juices flowing and have some fun. Read the instructions here. It'll tell you how to do it, what the objective is, and what you'll need. And then also some tips to make sure that it's related to this mental skill. And then go back when you're done and follow up. This is the biggest thing people miss with team building activities is the processing or follow up. So make sure that you relate it back to the lesson you intended. For this one, they're talking about what commitment zone they were in and how they do these same things in softball. The point of making it a competitive game is to see how do you really behave when something's on the line, when you're more competitive, when you're in the zone. It's a really cool activity to see. Again, when you go to coaching tips, this will help you with each of the sections have extra things to talk about and ask the girls. And you can also click to your links down here. It's a simpler way to get to them. And the next section and final section is adapt. So we repeat this with every course on purpose. This really is the #1 lesson in mental training and mental game is you have to always adapt and grow. A lot of times we want a quick fix. We want the magic pill. We want things to work now and be good and done. If you teach someone to be more confident, they might experience an awesome rush the first day and then something happens the next day. It does not mean that they are less confident. It's just the way things go. So we make sure every time to touch on that and what things could throw them off course, what could get in their way, and how to adapt and grow through that. So with each of these, we then challenge them with drills. There are 2 drills on each C. Again, you saw the section where we have all the drills in one place. We'll be adding to that as we go as well. But go through the instructions first. Same as a challenge, it'll tell you how to set it up, what you'll need, instructions and tips. And then go back as my favorite part is there's always a chart. So we want to keep track of things. We want data. We want proof that things are working, right? So many times our brains forget the details, so we need to write them down. So for this drill, you're going through each round, you set a goal, you track if you hit your target, and then you keep the result here, and then reflect what worked, what didn't, and what am I going to do next time based on those tips that we had in the instructions. Then you go round 2 and round 3. You can keep writing this, keep going on. One fun thing to do is you do this one day, and then maybe a week down the road, maybe even longer, do it again and see if they improved. Put it right in their folders so they can keep it with them at all times and actually see their progress. These drills can also be adapted for different skills. If you don't want to work on bunting, but you want to work on pitching or hitting, you can always adapt those pretty easily with this. Just follow the chart to get to the mental skills that you want to. Again, there are tips down here for how to implement these and really push your girls. So as you're going through this course as a coaching staff, I want you to try it out. Try the drills, try the challenge. You're going to learn how difficult they really are. Maybe it might be a little bit too difficult for your team at this point and you need to dial it down a little bit. Or maybe they get it right away and you're going to need to, on your toes, make it more difficult. As you go through this, you'll be able to really apply it more easily because you've done it. Also, don't forget about the network. If you have anything to share that worked really well, maybe you did adapt the drill and it worked really well with your players, or you have a question, maybe it's not working the way you thought, or you need some guidance for helping a particular player or a couple of players, pop into the network, ask around, and we can help you get through there. As you're going through the courses, there are a lot, and it's a lot to cover for many seasons. Don't worry about covering everything. Based on your mental game strategy, you'll know exactly what your team needs most. So, hey, you're most likely gonna want to cover confident, but maybe if you don't quite get to control and focus this season because you wanted to spend more weeks on confident, that is okay. Go through at your pace, trust your gut for what's necessary for your team, and then go from there. So what do you say? Why don't you get started? Exit out of this right now and get going on that committed course with your coaching staff. Talk to you later.